Here we go.
Genesis 17:17. You guys writing this down? Good.
What? Genesis 17:17. All right.
Sarah was 90 years old when Abraham was 100.
Okay. Everyone, you can be fact checking. I'm jotting this stuff down, but you can fact check. Some of this we don't need to fact check because I've been through it a million times. But go ahead and fact check this, and you can do the math here, because I'm predicting, again, I haven't done his math here. I'm predicting there's going to be a lie. I'm predicting that. So Sarah, 90.
I'm pretty sure I went through this a while ago on Twitter, but I don't really remember it anymore. So yeah.
I've gone through several examples of people trying to do the math. They always lie. They always lie about the closing passage of Genesis 22, or they just leave it out and state something from there as a fact. All right. So Genesis 17:17.
All right. Sarah was how old? 90. When Abraham was? And this is in Genesis 17:17.
Look, they're like they're all doing this.
Right? 17, not 70. 1717. Ibrahim alayhi salam, or Abraham, was 100 when Isaac or Ishaq was born. How old was he? 100 when Isaac was born, in accordance to Genesis 21:5.
Alhamdulillah.
Genesis 21:5. Okay. Sarah died at the age of 127, according to Genesis 23:1 and 2, verses 1 and 2. How old was she?
He did. How old was she? He stole that from me. How old was she? 9 years old. Let me back up a little bit. Let me back up a little bit here. We don't want to miss this. We might watch the entire clip again.
Okay. Sarah died at the age of 127, according to Genesis 23:1 and 2, verses 1 and 2.
Genesis 23:1
How
and 2.
old was she? 127 years of age when she died, according to Genesis, not according to Islam, just talking about the Bible here. Genesis 23, verses 1 and 2. Okay. Isaac, Ishaq, alayhi salam, was 40 years old when he married Rebekah, in accordance to Genesis 25:20. How old was he? 40. According to Genesis 25:20, giving you evidences for all of these. Sarah,
One second.
when he married Rebekah, in accordance. Okay.
Isaac 40.
Ishaq alayhi salam,
When he
was
married.
40 years old when he married Rebekah, in accordance to Genesis 25:20.
Genesis 25:20.
How old was he? 40. According to Genesis 25:20, giving you evidences for all of these. Sarah was 90 when Ishaq was born. How do we know that? Concluding from 1 and 2. If Sarah was 90 when Abraham was 100, and Abraham was 100 when Isaac was born, then how old was Sarah when Isaac was born? 90, right? Very clear. Ishaq or Isaac was 37 when his mother died, because 127 minus 90 equals what? 37. You guys with me?
Let's go back a little, just so everyone gets that.
Ishaq or Isaac was 37 when his mother died, because 127 minus 90 equals what? 37. You guys with me? You with me or no? You see the clear verses? Okay. You lost track? In number 3 that I mentioned, Sarah died at 127. And she was how old when Isaac was born? 90. So if you subtract 90 from 127, what do you get? 37. So that means Isaac, according to the Bible, was 37 when his mother Sarah died. Since Isaac was 37 when his mother died, and he was 37 when Rebekah was born.
Ah,
right?
there it is. you catch the lie?
I think
Everyone
I'm
catch that? Okay. Now notice he's
half
giving
listening,
sources.
half
I'm
making.
saying this because they do this. They do this for people who are too gullible or too stupid to actually follow it. They'll give a reference.
Which one was the last verse that he mentioned?
He didn't. That's the point.
Okay.
That's the point. He just claimed it. What a liar, man.
Okay.
But notice what they'll do, right? I'm saying this because I've seen this over and over and over again. Look, Genesis 17:17. Sarah was 90, Abraham was 100. Genesis 21:5. Abraham was 100. Sarah died. She was 127. This is Genesis 23:1-2. Isaac was 40 when he married Rebekah. This is in Genesis 25:20. Sarah was 90 when Isaac was born. That's because if we put these two together, we get this. And Isaac was 37 when Sarah died, because we can do the math. And since Rebekah was born right when Sarah died, that's how we. Wait, what? Say what?
You don't really have that.
Say what, Sheikh? Where do you get that one from? Let's go back. Because look, he just says it this time. He just says it. He's given reference. And if you're looking, you're getting references on how old Sarah was. You're getting references on how old Abraham was. You're getting references on how old Isaac was. What's missing is how to tie all of this, any of this, to an age of Rebekah. How are you getting an age for Rebekah? You got Sarah, you got Abraham, you got Isaac. What are you missing if you want to say, here's how old Rebekah was? You need some sort of connector that when so-and-so was this old, that's when Rebekah was born or something like that. And here is where Sheikh Uthman gave zero reference, because there is no reference for it. They just lie. Let's go back.
According to the Bible, was 37 when his mother Sarah died. Since Isaac was 37 when his mother died, and he was 37 when Rebekah was born.
What? Where you get that?
Right?
So he's 37. He's 37 when Rebekah dies. I mean, when Sarah dies, he's 37 when Rebekah is born. Where are you getting the claim that Isaac was 37 when Rebekah was born? Sheikh Uthman fans, chapter and verse. Very simple. Chapter and verse. She was born when he was 37. It's very simple. He gave chapter and verses for everything else. He gave chapter and verses for all the other stuff. Where's the chapter and verse? Obviously, maybe he forgot to give it. So I'll give you guys the opportunity. Chapter and verse saying that Rebekah was born when Isaac was 37. And therefore, that since he was married when he was 40, she would have been 3 years old. Go ahead. Young Christian's thought said, I just realized Uthman is calling a 3-year-old girl stronger than Andrew Tate. Hang on, let me Google this. I've done this in the past, but so she waters like Rebekah waters like 10 camels. How much water? How much can a camel drink?
They'll tell you that 3-year-olds were different back then. They were very strong. Yeah.
53 gallons of water in 3 minutes. A typical camel. This is from West Texas A&M University. It's the first thing that pops up when you look. A typical camel can drink 200 liters, 53 gallons of water in 3 minutes. So 53 gallons of water. She watered 10 camels, I think. And so, yeah, this little girl lugged over 500 gallons of water back and forth. And yes, that would be stronger than even top G Andrew Tate.
Well, back then, it was a different environment and a different time. Back then, girls used to age much faster and get much stronger, which is why a 3-year-old girl was much stronger than top G today. That explains it, of course.
Yeah, so let's go ahead and finish out this clip. But
Rebekah was born when Sarah died.
What? Where? Wait, what? Rebekah was born when Sarah died. Where are you getting that? You gave references for everything else, Sheikh. Where's the reference for that? Oh, there is none. You made that. Well, you didn't make that up. You got it from other people who made it up. But that's the point. You guys concoct a lie, and then you all share the lie while claiming to respect the prophets and lying about them simultaneously. Let's go ahead and catch the remainder of this.
He was 37 when his mother died, and he was 37 when Rebekah was born.
Oops, no reference.
Right? Because Rebekah was born when Sarah died.
What? Wait, what? He gave references for everything else except that. My goodness.
Not needed.
What does that mean? That means
It means that you're a liar.
Isaac was 40 when he married Rebekah. Huh? How old was he when she was born? 37. He married her at 40.
Where was the reference that she was born when he was 37? Where was it? Oh yeah, you made it up.
Huh? So Rebekah would be how old? 3 years old.
Look, they're all chanting it already. 3 years old, 3 years old. Based on what? Based on Sheikh Uthman's lie. But let me back this up slightly. Let's see what his conclusion is.
Rebekah. Huh? How old was he when she was born? 37. He married her at 40. Huh? So Rebekah would be how old? 3 years old. It's all verses from the Bible itself.
Oh, nope. You didn't get
So
the
if you
verse.
want to talk about child marriages, let's talk about it.
Now look at this. Look at this. Look at this.
This is something to keep in your da'wah tool. If somebody, Christians bring up the age of Aisha radiyallahu anha, tell them, okay, let's talk about the Bible.
We'll go ahead and take a look at the passage. Here you go. So this is at the end of Genesis 22. So you have the passage about the Abraham and Isaac here. And then at the end of all this, you get this little comment that Abraham finally gets some news from home. He's been away from his family for a long, long time, and he hears some news. And notice it says, sometime later, Abraham was told, Milcah is also a mother. She has borne sons to your brother Nahor. Uz the firstborn, Buz his brother, Kemuel the father of Aram, Kesed, Hazo, Pildash, Jidlap, and Bethuel. Bethuel became the father of Rebekah. Milcah bore these 8 sons to Abraham's brother Nahor. His concubine, whose name was Reumah, also had sons, Teba, Gehem, Tehash, and Malkah. So in order to get an age, you have to say, Rebekah and all these other people were born right when Abraham heard about it. This isn't Abraham hearing some news. Hey, here's all your relatives who've been born while you're gone. And they were born over a period of time. It's nope. Abraham he got the email. He got the email right when it happened. Hey, all these people were born. And that's when they were born. That's how you tie it. That's how you supposedly tie it. Is that a good argument? No, that is one of the dumbest things ever argued by anyone. Now, keep in mind, Sheikh Uthman isn't the first one. He isn't the one to come up with it. There have been Jewish rabbis who made that same exact mistake in order to get an age of 3. They were contradicted by others who pointed out how stupid that is. So here we go. This is the story of Isaac and Rebekah. Abraham was now, we'll zoom through this because it's a long passage. Abraham was now very old. The Lord had blessed him in every way. Anyway, Abraham wants a wife for his son Isaac, and he sends his servant. Servant says, what if the woman, notice, he's sending him for a woman. What if the woman is unwilling to come back with me to this land? Shall I then take your son back to the country you came from? And Abraham says, no, don't take my son back there. Then the servant left, taking with him 10 of his master's camels loaded with all kinds of good things from his master. He sent out for Aram. Then he gets to the town. Then he prays. He's going to pray for a sign that he's got the right woman. And go ahead and look. Daughters of the townspeople, may it be that when I say to a young woman, so he's looking for a young woman, he's not looking for a toddler. He's looking for a young woman, not a toddler. See it right there in the middle of the page? When I say to the young woman, please let your jar down that I may have a drink. And she says, drink, and I'll water your camels too. Very strange to have a 3-year-old offering to water your 10 camels, but that's Sheikh Uthman's story. Let's see. Before he had finished praying, Rebekah came out with her jar on her shoulder. So Rebekah fetches the water for the family. She was the daughter of Bethuel, son of Milcah, who was the wife of Abraham's brother Nahor. The woman was I thought she was a toddler. The woman was very beautiful. The toddler was very beautiful. A virgin, no man had ever slept with her. She went down to the spring, filled her jar, and came up again. Pretty strong girl, because, jars weren't light back then. The servant hurried to meet her and said, please give me a little water from your jar. Drink, my lord, she said. She gave him a drink. After she had given him a drink, she said, I'll draw water for your camels too. 10 camels, and they can drink 53 gallons in 3 minutes each, until they have had enough to drink. So she quickly emptied her jar into the trough, ran back to the well to draw more water, and drew enough for all his camels. Without saying a word, the man watched, blah, 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 blah. When the camels had finished drinking. What are you laughing at?
This is so ridiculous. Imagine a 3-year-old.
Yeah, a 3-year-old. It's like hilarious, right? Verse 28, the young woman ran and told her mother's household about all these things. So anyway, guys.
My son is 3-year-old right now. And
my son's five. My son's 5. And just the idea of him being out in the field, carrying his water jar. And then some guy shows up. And he's like, I'll water all 10 of your camels for you. Someone put that's 4,000 pounds. Someone's doing the math and concluded that's 4,000 pounds. So you have no indication even slightly that you're dealing with a 3-year-old here. Sheikh Uthman claims it, and they all use the exact same stupid, absolutely deceptive claim that right when Abraham heard news from home, that's when Rebecca popped out of her mom's womb. That's right when it happened. Stupidest claim ever.